Hey, what's going on, everyone? Strider's back here with Get On Me Gaming. What's going on, man? We're here with another episode of Days of Our League, episode number 8. Not a whole lot of stuff going on this week because there's no LCS.
Yeah.
Usually a lot of drama kind of revolves around the LCS, and it just didn't happen last week. And so now that Super Week is kind of in full effect, I foresee a lot of drama coming up. Yeah, because there's already been quite a bit that just happened over the past day or so.
Yeah.
Definitely see some coming after the results are in.
Yes.
So we'll try
Next week will be more exciting, I think.
We'll try not to spoil anything.
Yeah.
If anybody hasn't finished watching it yet.
Keep it on the DL.
Yeah, exactly. So the first thing we're going to go over is Morello talking about the actual design aspect of League of Legends, how he kind of works with the design team, works with everybody else as far as creating different kinds of abilities, champions, and things of that nature. Because on the League of Legends forums, there's always people bitching about how
it's inevitable.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. You get a bunch of players that don't actually know anything about development or design, and they start complaining about shit that doesn't even make any sense or doesn't need to be complained about. Because one of the guys was saying that Lulu's polymorph was only a silence, and the fact that it has an extra graphic and actually transforms you is pointless.
Yeah.
And it was just a spiffy graphic that they added to it. And first of all, he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Because it prevents you from auto-attacking and it slows you.
Yes.
So it's more than just a silence. Yes, it may silence you.
Yeah.
But it does more.
It's silence plus some.
Yeah. But the graphic effect it adds to the game. It makes Lulu unique just by that.
Yeah, exactly. It's part of Lulu. It's fun walking up to somebody and being like, "You're a fucking cupcake," or "You're a little cute bunny." Like
exactly.
It's part of enjoying the game, and I think that people need to kind of realize that it's not only. I mean, obviously, gameplay and everything is important, and we all like watching it, but it's also needs to be visually appealing, unique. Every champion should have a little bit something about them. Exactly. I mean, I love looking at lores and stuff. Like, who doesn't enjoy doing that?
Yeah.
So if I can see a little bit of something in-game that relates to a character's background or stuff like that, I think it's enjoyable.
Exactly. But at the same time, people were going on about how you need to make it more unique and how everything's just the same. It's just a different graphic.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, just because it's unique doesn't make it good.
Yeah.
Like, because you can take a fork and pull all its prongs off, or only leave one prong. It's not going to be.
But
it doesn't make it useful.
Yeah,
it doesn't make it good.
What am I supposed to do with this?
It doesn't do anything, and that's kind of the point that Morello was going over. He didn't specifically shut this guy down as I thought he should have.
Yeah.
But he went into some giant rant.
And you're just like,
it was like a 3-page rant on game design.
Morello needed to get something off his chest.
Oh yeah. And seriously. And of course, you could tell a lot of people didn't even read through it because they brought up points or they argued against things that was already in his document and covered. And yeah, it was just really embarrassing. So if you're going to rage, do it in an intelligent way. Yes, you can throw in some curse words and stuff there if you need to or whatever, just to help enforce your point. But at the same time, you can't be a fucking moron. I mean, if you're going to bitch about a spell, at least know what the spell does.
Yeah, like the mechanics of it.
Yeah,
and all
know
that
everything
shit.
about it. It's like, because if you want everything to be the same, or everything to be relatively the same, then every single ranged character that throws ranged attack would have a bow and arrow.
Same fucking thing.
It's like, why would you put a gun on them when they can just have a bow and arrow? Because this person has a bow and arrow, and it's the same exact thing.
Yeah, it'd be
you just change the range. That doesn't make it anything different. It's like, it is different. That's what creates a dynamic between the different champions.
Yeah.
It would be boring if there's only 5 or 10 champions.
Yeah. It comes back to finding that balance again. You need to have a certain amount of uniqueness, but you need to keep the game consistent enough where one champion won't just throw off fucking everything, and you're like, this doesn't make any sense. So,
like the new Master Yi.
Yeah, leeway. So, basically, it's a good point. I mean, when changing something, they need to be careful, because
especially doing a revamp.
Yes,
of sorts.
A revamp of sorts, because going into the new mechanics that we were just talking about, they kind of didn't realize what they were doing with Yi. They should have learned from Irelia with the true damage thing, because that's what they're nerfing. And we talked about this last time. It was we saw it coming. Yeah, we talked about the huge spike in win rate, and it was just like...
And that was after only a week. That was when people the majority of people didn't even play Yi.
Yeah, and people who didn't play Yi were playing him and still winning, and you're like, I think something's wrong here.
Yeah.
So they realized it, and...
But they basically took him back to where he was when he was released.
Yeah.
Originally, like, back around beta, because it was Jax and Yi.
And they were just
if Yi got fed, he was impossible to stop.
GG.
You couldn't stop him. And that was before you had so many different champions with CC. So if you banned out 3 stun champions and it was just took like 2 or 3 others, there were no more champions that could stun. There was only slows, and he's like, haha, I can't be slow.
Yeah,
I'll just kill everybody.
bitches.
And so it's not as bad as it was. But at the same time, it's still bad. If you're going to give a champion a 55 to 60% win ratio, you're going to expect a nerf.
Yeah,
regardless.
Exactly.
And that's also one of the reasons why he's banned from the tournament.
Yeah.
Any type of rework or new champion would be banned anyway.
Yeah.
Just because they're unsure of how the actual balance will play into everything.
Exactly.
And that's a good move on Riot's part. I like that. I like how they implemented everything else. Everything else works fine, but you are not allowed
to pick the
use
Yi because Morello and the whole Riot team, going back to that design thing, they realize that we want the balance, and they say if something's out of balance, we're going to fix it right away. So, and if they can't fix it right away for the gameplay, they're going to just take him out. They're like, no, you don't touch that guy. But they know what they're doing. Again, obviously, because League of Legends is a fucking awesome game. We've learned that over the years. Riot knows what they're doing. You don't need to question it.
You can question it.
Yeah, you can question it.
Definitely
Obviously.
need to. You need to put a little bit of friction under their ass,
but
just
it needs
so
to
that
be
they
smart.
know. Exactly. It needs to be in an intelligent way. You can say, "This is fucking bullshit." It's like, that's great. You can say that, but why?
Yeah, exactly.
And give an example. It's like you need to use some form of critical thinking skills.
Yes.
Because you have to think about it from their perspective. Okay, this person doesn't like it, but why? Is it something that's a personal reason? Is it an opinion, or is it an actual fact?
Yeah,
that type of thing.
You can't just get like smashed by an Olaf and then just be like, Olaf's so fucking overpowered, and he has like a 40% win rate. Because Riot's just gonna be like, you're an idiot. But if you bring up like a really intellectual point, they're gonna be like, okay, let's look at this. Maybe he has something back to it.
Exactly.
And I mean, you see it every once in a while where a great idea comes out of the community, and they say, you know what, that's a fucking awesome idea.
Exactly.
Let's do it.
And they do give credit where credit is due.
They do. They're very good about that.
Exactly. The other thing we're going to talk about is something that I'm surprised has not been brought up anywhere else before. It took so long for people to figure this out. And I've actually seen it in a couple different areas, but this is probably one of the biggest effects that it could have on a competitive level game, and that is the ward vision advantage on the blue Wraith Cam.
Yeah.
So if you put a ward down at that little banana brush right there, on the corner, inside the brush, you get to see a huge part behind the dragon, but then you also get to see a little tiny baby Wraith.
Yes.
But if you do it on the red side, you don't get that vision of that little tiny Wraith. And the advantage of having just that one right there is because you can find out either when it starts attacking, because they're ranged, and so they're just sitting there and they're attacking, so you're like, oh, the jungler is there, even though you don't even have close jungle vision on him.
You know he's there.
Exactly, and that's what kind of sucks. And then you still have the huge vision that is behind Dragon, which is really nice.
Yeah, it was just one of those things that I was saying before. In solo queue, you're not really going to notice it, but in competitive play, it can make a world of difference if you can communicate and say, hey, we know the jungler's there right now, and we just saw him and he was kind of low. Even though he thinks we can't see him, let's just go get him.
You know he's there.
Yeah. So I bet they probably will change that just in time. But, like, I don't know how you would change that.
It's so weird because it's almost like the same thing like, when you're at in the red base, right, where that wall is.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to flash through that wall because it's super thick.
Yeah.
But if you go, and you can't even get right up against the wall. But if you go to the blue side,
it's just like fucking easy.
It's like this big. It's this big. It's like a double difference.
Which is so weird. Yeah.
It's bizarre, but it's the way the game is angled.
Yeah,
because it's not
like
quite
third
person. It's like
well, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's still weird that the boxes are put like that, and I'm surprised they haven't fixed that too, because that's a pretty big difference. It's a pretty big advantage because it's not just flash; it's jumps, it's everything.
I think
that you will have issues with it.
With something like that, I don't know if they could change it at this point though, because people are. I mean, maybe during the off season.
They would. I think they're going to have to at some point. I'm surprised people don't bitch about it. I mean, it's very possible that the pros have at this point.
Flashed into the wall and way too many a times on that side trying to go over it, and you're just like, fuck.
And it's stupid. Fuck. But there's a lot of walls like that where one side is thinner than the other, and it seems to be the same thing because it's that one angle.
Yeah.
And so if you run into a brush that's kind of at an angle like that, anywhere on the red side, it's going to be thicker than what it is on the blue side for whatever fucking reason.
There's a thing a while back too that skill shots are actually slightly affected by that as well. So you want to aim kind of closer to the character's shadow than the actual person sometimes, because just the way the game's tilted again, it's just a little bit off from center. So little things like that. I don't know. Do you think Riot could come in and like maybe change the vision just before Worlds? Because
they could probably.
I almost want them to in a way, but it's like, I don't know. I bet they don't actually.
Yeah, I don't think they will.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's possible that they just told all the players, hey, don't put word here.
Yeah,
you
like,
put it a little bit
put
deeper
it slightly back.
But at the same time, it's all, oh, whoops, it was an accident.
Yeah.
They're not going to stop the game or anything from that. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's going to be impossible to really do anything.
Maybe they'll
at this
just, because it really does come down to whatever side you end up on. Because it's an advantage for the team, and you're just going to have to say, maybe if you're on the other side, hey, we're just going to have to play through it, whatever. So, little things like that might change during the off-season.
Exactly.
Keep an eye open.
Other things that may change the off-season is something that everyone's kind of noticed. It's just like after Season 2 Worlds, teams that either didn't make it or didn't do well in the Worlds or playoffs, a lot of them either disbanded or regrouped or
revamped.
Exactly, just completely got rid of a ton of people.
Yeah.
And Hercubot from SK made a comment on his Twitter. He's like, hey, a bunch of other people are retiring. Maybe it's my turn to retire. And I don't know if he was serious or not, because nothing has really been developed from this after that.
Yeah.
But I'm really worried, because if he does retire, SK is going to be in a much worse position than they are now, because he's probably the best player in SK, in my opinion.
Definitely one of the top two, I would say. And it's kind of one of those things where you're just like, wait, is he serious?
Exactly.
Or is he actually going to, like, fucking retire? Because maybe he's not happy with how the game's going right now. It's just, I'm confused by the statement.
I would think that he would try to look for another team before he retire, because he's still at his prime. He can still do really well at tournament level.
Yeah.
But you never know, because Ocelot is kind of the driven powerhouse behind the team. So
he's the face of the team.
He's had no problems kicking people, getting people on, and he's done it probably 10 times already. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot in like a span of 2.5, 3 years.
Yeah.
That is a lot of changes.
Definitely.
And this is probably the most stable the team's been since it started. So if Hercubot leaves, I'm a little bit worried about the dynamic.
I'm hoping it's kind of just one of those things where he's just joking.
Exactly.
I don't know how EU players think though.
Yeah, you can't read sarcasm.
Yeah.
And the fact that it was in another language as well makes it even more difficult.
We're just like
do they even have sarcasm?
Yeah.
Does that exist?
Have sarcasm? I don't know what this is.
No, they're really dry all the time. The next thing is that the pricing for Worlds tickets have finally been released.
Yay!
Super excited to say it's not that expensive.
No, not bad at all.
So if you can get there, get there. Just for the Worlds, like Staples Center Worlds, tickets are $40.
That's not bad at all.
Not at all.
I mean,
you'll probably be up at the top, but they're gonna have a giant fucking jumbotron.
They're gonna cut it. It's like a concert. They're just gonna cut it off and put this huge fucking screen somewhere in there that you're gonna be able to see.
But you'll have the whole environment of the thousands of
everybody
people
around you's just gonna be going crazy.
Shit's gonna be so hype.
Yeah, it is.
But the most expensive ticket on the flip side is $100, which still isn't that expensive. But at the same time, it is only one best of 5.
Yeah.
So it's like some people are saying it's too expensive for that, but a best of 5 can last 5 hours plus.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And then they'll have the ceremony at the end. last year they had the Symphony playing, the League of Legends theme. I mean, they had so many things. And plus, when you go there, I mean, they gave out swag bags that were fucking off the chain.
If you go, be ready. They're just going to give out tons of fucking
They give out a bunch of those thunder sticks. Yeah, like, they give out figurines, one of
They want you to have a good time. Yeah. That's what they're there for.
Oh, yeah. Like, they don't mess around at all.
And I mean, I'm sure if you're probably on the bottom level, they'll have people like throwing on stuff off the stage and getting the more expensive ticket people into it. But if you're up there,
the Kog'Maw
yeah,
shirt cannon. Oh like, my god, I want that Kog'Maw shirt cannon. Like, I don't care about the shirt. I just want the fucking
just give me the cannon. Just give me the cannon. And then to be Kog'Maw for it, just fucking firing at people.
Caustic spittle. Oh man, I'm so excited.
Yeah,
I'm definitely going. I was pissed they were like, it's gonna be tickets on sale August 15th. Although, I will say, they're like, tickets are on sale August 15th, but you don't know how much they are until the 13th. Ugh. So that gives you 2 days to plan, because nobody knew how expensive the tickets were going to be. I kind of went over this last time. Like, they need to do that soon, because if you're trying to plan a trip that's literally only a month and a half away.
Yeah, for Worlds, not to mention
for Worlds.
Other
stuff. Yeah, that's not including that, but you only have, X amount of time off, specific amount of money, and stuff like that. It's like, you have to be able to plan it. Do you want to spend the whole weekend in California?
Yeah.
Do you want to do the weekend before? Do you want to do 2 weeks? It's like, you need to know these ticket prices, and then they released coupon codes for hotels, which was really nice.
That was pretty cool.
Although those hotels are so fucking expensive.
Yeah,
they're nice hotels.
They are very nice hotels.
They're nice hotels, don't get me wrong. But and I understand why those ones have the coupon codes and not the other ones, because the other ones are going to be jam-packed with people traveling from around the world, because they've already bought plane tickets to come over here. And so they're all like, we already spent $3,000 getting here and back. Yeah. We're going to spend $20 on a hotel room. We don't care, Yeah. We're going to stay at some La Quinta or something.
I think it's fine if we're just going to stay at a smaller, not as big hotel. So.
But some people want to have a little bit more luxurious of a stay.
Yeah, and those are very close to Staples Center as well.
Like, very close. Like right next
very
to
good location.
Walking distance.
Yeah.
Which is great, because you can get wasted at the Staples Center and just walk back to your
Don't
hotel
drink and
room.
drive.
Exactly. I know firsthand.
Yeah.
Deweys suck.
Be smart.
Yes, be smart.
Enjoy yourself with Legal
Shop S-Mart. I don't know.
That just happened.
You may be too young to get that reference. I don't know.
Just happened.
I don't know. Someone will know. Someone will know.
Like, what are you guys watching?
So what have you?
Type it in chat. Okay.
Somebody will know. I think I need to see if I still have chat up. I do have chat up. So yeah, it's going to be crazy. Somebody knows. Somebody tell me in the comments what it is, what it's from. Teach us little youngin what it was.
I am so unaware of the world around me.
I have no idea what's going on. But while we're on the subject of passion, recently there was a story of a fire breaking out at a LAN cafe. What do you think about that?
Oh my god. So when I went to click on this, I was like, okay, fire at a LAN cafe, that's not good.
Yeah.
You click on the link, and then this crazy motherfucker is in his promotion series during the fire, playing on his computer. And he's like, don't cut the power. I'm in my promotion game. He's like just fucking playing.
There's like firefighters there with the hoses right next to him.
Walking past him to the fire. And he's just like, you know what? It's worth all day.
So we finally breached that mark. There's always those stories. People dying in LAN cafes because they didn't eat or they didn't get enough sleep, or a combination of the two, from playing like StarCraft and World of Warcraft.
48 straight hours.
League of Legends is right there. We're so close. We need somebody to die in a LAN cafe.
That's so bad.
Make it happen, people. Make it happen.
Why didn't you light it on fire?
I know.
It's so bad. Oh my gosh. But that is commitment at its finest.
I bow to the greatness.
Well done, sir.
Yeah. I mean, it was just like a mini fire. Like, there was firefighters
there. Like, he's like, nope, as long as the power doesn't go out, I will be here and I'll be playing my game.
Promotion series. I ain't dodging this shit. That would suck, though. You're like going into a Challenger promotion series or something, or Diamond promotion. Oh my god. That would be it.
Guys, this is a terrible time for a fire.
I'd beat the shit out of whoever set that fire. It was like who he was going up against. He sets the fire. It's like, you'll never make it in time.
Like, you are truly evil.
That would be fucked up. That'd be pretty funny, though.
Oh man. So yeah, League of Legends went there, everybody. We've passed the point of no return at this point.
It's only going to go downhill from here, and I'm very excited to report on all of it.
Can't wait to see what happens next.
It's going to be fantastic. Very excited.
Oh my gosh.
So how would you pay for a LAN center or a LAN cafe if you were going to play some League of Legends there?
How would I pay?
Yeah, how would you pay for it?
I mean, you would think about cash at first, but then you're like, League of Legends got this brand new American Express debit card.
Ballin'.
Well, I guess I can use that and get free RP. Swipe, swipe, swipe,
exactly.
Swipe.
It's like if you're going to play at a LAN cafe, you're going to be using the card because Amex charges you if you don't use the card. So keep that in mind before you even apply.
Don't just open up an account.
Yeah, you do get a ton of RP, but if you go to LAN cafes and you have okay credit to get approved, well, you actually have to have really good credit for American Express.
Yeah.
But if you have good credit and you go to LAN cafes, just fucking apply for it and put that shit all on the card because the more you spend, the more RP you get. So it's like you don't even have to buy RP anymore. You just get it as you keep playing.
Yeah. If you already use a debit card and you're just like, well, why not? Honestly, it's why not? Just switch and you'll get free RP because it's like 10,000 for signing up, 1,000 for your first purchase, and then like another 1,000. I don't remember what
after
else.
$50.
Yeah, or
whatever. $100.
And then every certain amount after that is another 100 RP.
Yeah, I think you have to load $50 on it when you first get it.
It was 25 or 50.
Something like that.
But it wasn't a ton.
Something minuscule. Yeah.
I mean,
something that you throw on.
You could just put it on and go out to dinner if you wanted to, or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, I think this is a really cool idea. Like
the cooler part of it is that you can get any League of Legends champion on the card.
Oh yeah. That's super cool.
The thing is, like, there's a lot of places that will allow you to customize your debit card. Like Wells Fargo does, I think Chase does,
and
a couple other places. So you can put whatever image you want, but at the same time, they're very strict as far as the pictures you get because it can't be anything copywritten. It has to be your own unique photo. So if they see that same photo online anywhere, they'll reject it and you won't get the shit. And so that's why they have all these pretty shitty pictures that you can it's a tree.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Like the only awesome one was the Hello Kitty one. And that one's not even around anymore. So
you're like, God damn it.
I know, it's very depressing. I don't have Chase, so it doesn't really matter anyway. But at the same time, this is awesome because you can get any League of Legends champion.
Yeah.
So your favorite LOL champion, just get it. And obviously it's a debit card, so you can get a new card anytime. You'd be like, I lost my card. And they're all, okay, let's send you a new one. Oh, can I get a different champion this time?
Can I get Sona?
I'm pretty sure you could almost do one for every champion. If you got a different... Well, you have to go in... You have to actually go in a bank to do it.
Oh my god.
And so...
I'd just be swiping shit like crazy.
You may just be like, oh yeah, I lost my card. And just keep doing that every day until you
like,
have 100 different... every different champion. You just have a wall,
You've been losing your card a lot, sir. You're like, well, there's
I get really drunk.
champions and stuff, so...
Just make sure you have a little bit of a charge at a bar before you go in every time.
Seriously.
And it's perfect. You're like, yeah, I lost at the bar.
Yeah,
happens.
It's cool.
It's happens all the time, obviously.
Obviously. In case you have noticed by now.
But if somebody can make just a wall of just every champion debit card,
that'd be really cool.
That would be sick.
That'd be so cool. I'm kind of excited. This is kind of just me thinking out of the blue, but I mean, say you go to pay at a fast food restaurant, somebody swipes it, they're like, oh hey, you play League of Legends? It's like,
it's conversation starter.
Conversation, boom, right there.
Exactly.
Because I mean, League of Legends is huge, and I'm sure you'll meet a couple people just by swiping your debit card.
Yeah.
They're like, cool, fuck your champion.
Exactly.
Teemo.
Yeah, I know, right?
You're like, goddamn Teemo card.
Sorry, your card was declined.
You're like,
by me. You son of a bitch.
Just throws it into a fryer. It's like, fuck you.
He's like poison dart. You get a cannon when he just ninja stars it at you. That'd be awesome. I would totally do that.
Oh, the possibilities.
I know. I can see it now. Wow.
Oh man. But yeah, I think that's a cool step that they took. Definitely something unique that only League of Legends has, honestly.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah.
What do you think's next, though? That's the big question. Because I didn't see this coming from a mile away.
No. It came out of nowhere.
When I never even thought that this would happen.
Yeah, I read it and I was like, click.
Even the visas kind of came out of nowhere. When the visa thing happened, I was all, that's weird because there's a limited amount of those visas. Therefore, they're taking those visas away from other sports.
Yeah, and
they didn't add the amount of visas that the U.S. will give.
Yeah.
they just took it away from other sports. So it's like the soccer players, the tennis, hockey. It's like every other player.
They're like, give us those.
Yeah, I'm like, that's pretty ballsy move.
It is.
That's a really ballsy move, and I'm surprised it happened.
Yeah,
still,
I don't even know what could happen.
And
next,
I don't
honestly.
know, like this.
It's cool
it's
though.
two completely different sides of the spectrum too. You have the U.S. government, and then you have American Express. It's like a huge credit union, and then
they're like
the fucking U.S. government.
Like, we don't care who we team up with. Let's just make League of Legends bigger.
Partner with the Russians. We need a League of Legends vodka. That would be fantastic.
Fucking Victor on the bottle.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I would drink the shit out of some Victor vodka.
Right there. Victor vodka.
Just put 2 V's on it. The laser going through. Logo.
Can we make
it happen?
Something
Make
now?
it happen. I don't know how to make vodka, but if I could.
Our local distillery and just be like, how do you make vodka? Hurry! We need to find out.
Quick. Before this gets taken.
Yeah, seriously. That's awesome.
That would be just awesome.
Next level right there. But yeah,
I don't know anything else that they could do.
Like,
everything would be so out of the box. Like, I'm trying to think so far out.
That's why I'm kind of excited. I want
box.
them to just surprise me again. Like, all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, new League of Legends TV channel. I'm like, why? We're on TV now.
That was one thing that was actually talked about before, and they kind of went against
it.
Yeah, because Quest has always been after it. Because I know MLG was partnered with Quest, and they actually did it on live TV, but it was more of a hassle than it was an actual revenue. So they don't do that anymore. Or it's DirecTV, not Quest, but same thing.
Yeah. Paid stuff.
Either way, it was way too much of a hassle. People didn't like the pay-per-view model since you could watch it for free.
Yeah.
And at this point, if you have a computer, you can plug it into your TV.
Yeah, that's true.
With
technology is amazing.
With the way TVs are now and how advanced computers are and everything, you get a cheap TV for like $400 or $500, and it has an HDMI input. You don't even need a receiver. You get a video card for $250, and it has an HDMI output. So you just plug.
You're like, oh,
ta-da!
Hey, League of Legends. Ta-da.
Yeah, exactly.
And we already have 1080p streams and shit. So
exactly. So there's absolutely no problems with it.
Yeah.
There's no problems with it.
It's just so cool what League of Legends does.
The other thing they're talking about, like, there was a lot of rumors about people bringing League of Legends into the Olympics a while ago. And Riot was like, we would never let that happen. Because the Olympics have their own officials, and they would have their own rule books.
Kind of complicated.
And Riot was like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, immediately, once that rumor started, or was like some form of proof that Olympics were looking at Riot was like,
no. We should have our own gaming Olympics. That'd be kind of cool.
Well, that's kind of like what DreamHack was.
Yeah, that's true.
Or is. Yeah. But now with the huge taxation that they're putting on, they're going to have to find a new venue or something like,
new, yeah.
I mean, we still have QuakeCon and stuff like that, but they're really condensed. Like, it would be nice to have a 2-week-long just marathon of games.
Everything.
Like, combine
countries
EVO.
Countries versus countries. I loved watching that. The All-Star thing. That was... Because you just get behind your own country. It's so true. I don't care where you're from.
Fuck you.
Yeah, you're like, whoever you're against, you're like, fuck you, enemy country.
It's so much different than when you're rooting for your state.
Yeah.
Or just like
a favorite team.
Province
even.
Or something like that.
Anything smaller.
It's a completely different feeling when you're rooting for your whole country.
Because everybody
like a
is just like together.
Yeah.
It's just a unique feeling.
Yeah. And it's
fantastic. I think that'd be kind of cool. Let's hope it's the next step.
That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
They would have to work with Blizzard or something, and that would be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Because Blizzard is a bunch of fucking assholes.
Well, I mean,
I love the employees at Blizzard.
Yeah, I was gonna say the employees are nice.
I love the employees. I have a lot of friends at Blizzard. Don't hate me.
I'm still going to BlizzCon. You so well too. It's just eventually, when you get high enough up, they're kind of just thinking cash cows.
Well, even like the CEO and everything. Because I met the CEO, the CTO. Like, I've met a lot of those guys, and they're all really cool. Like, they'll buy us drinks and shit, and they're like, all right, you guys are pretty chill. And they just talk about random stuff.
Huh.
But it's like their practices and their esports or their feelings about esports just doesn't seem to develop. They're like,
they're still kind of
they were so focused on World of Warcraft for so long that they're like, we're the casuals, we're in casuals, we like casuals. And then people in America and Korea were like, oh, we're going to host StarCraft tournaments, so, like, don't touch our game. Casuals.
Bad.
Casuals, you don't have any rights to do this. We're going to shut your ass down. And casuals. And I'm like, can't you just, if you're not going to do it, let somebody else do it. Like, partner with them. Give them a little bit of assistance. Because it's only a promotion for you.
Blizzard is fucking huge, too. Just think what they could do if they decided to fully back some idea like that. And I think they would just...
Look at Valve. What Valve's done with Dota already. Valve isn't...
Seriously.
I mean, Valve's pretty fucking huge now. Because they own Steam.
Everybody uses Valve.
Everybody uses some form of Valve thing. But with Dota, I mean, Dota's, like, massive at this point.
Yeah.
And it's getting right up there with League of Legends, and they're fucking fresh out of beta.
Yeah. The second Dota 2 is just right when they release it to the public.
Exactly.
Just exploded fucking rocket ship. That's how rocket ships fly, by the way, everybody.
Yeah, they make that noise too. They make laser noises.
Yep. That's why we need NASA back.
I know, right?
Odd one to voice it.
Oh, yes. Odd one sound effects. Those are always so funny. But yeah, that is going to be it for this week, I believe.
Yeah.
Do you have any shout-outs? Plugs you want to make?
You know, if anybody lives in California, I was just out there this weekend, and I'm fucking jealous of you. I don't know if that counts as a shout-out at all, but...
Shout out to California.
Shout out to California for your weather, because fuck Arizona. It's hot as shit.
It's hot as shit in this bitch,
yeah. It's hard to game. Dude, first world gaming problems if you don't have a nice computer, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, exactly. It overheats like a bitch because the ambient temperature is so high. You have to cool it down. And at the same time, it's hard to even go outside and walk around because your shoes just melt to the concrete. You're like, well, now my feet are burning.
My first day at work, I valet cars. The soles of my shoes melted. It was 119 out that day, though. It was a bad day.
That sounds horrible.
They were like, hey, Jeff, can you work in the middle of the day today on the hottest day of the year? I was like, yeah, guys. Put me in, coach. Like, all right, just
put the team on my back.
I'm literally carrying cars up ahead. Carry harder than I do in League.
Beast mode. All right. Well, yeah, that's it for us. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. Make sure to follow my stream. We are going live tomorrow, Friday, the 16th. It's going to be crazy. We're doing a lot of drinking, a lot of gaming. We're going through Cloudberry Kingdom right now. If nobody knows, it's a very rage-inducing platformer game.
Yes.
It's 4-player, though, so we have 4 people, like, fucking with you. I don't know. Last week it started out, we were all, like, trying to help each other and stuff. And then we're like, yeah, this is easy. We got this. And then it got to the point where we kind of got bored helping each other, so we just kept trying to kill each other. And that was really fun. And then it got to the point where it was so hard that we had to, like, take turns trying it. We're like, okay, stop fucking with this. And then we, like, came together as a group, and then we started getting way too drunk, and then we couldn't even function anymore.
You're just like, I'm not even playing at this
exactly.
point.
But it's always really fun. It's fun to watch. We always have chat open. This week, we actually have 6 games to give away, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah, we have a lot of giveaways going on right now. We have 2 copies of Amnesia.
Fuck you, man.
Botanicula, whatever the fuck that's called. MC Pixel.
That's a good game.
The Showdown Effect. Thomas Was Alone. And Magica. So, if you are interested in any of those games, we're going to do giveaways throughout the entire stream. It starts at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the 16th, tomorrow. Make sure to tune in. It's going to be fantastic.
It's fun to watch. It really is.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Join us for some drinking. Recommend some games you want us to play. We got a lot of them. So just hit us up.
Awesome.
Yeah. Take it easy, guys. See you next week.